Hey there, friends. It's Lyn Lindbergh of the Couch to Active podcast. This episode today feels particularly poignant and important. And I'm sitting in front of the microphone today with a whole bunch of notes in front of me, having discussed this particular episode with several friends, several folks in health and wellness, trying to figure out how do I really dive into this topic in a way that is empowering, respectful, but not full of platitudes. Because when we talk about the topic of weight loss, yeah, I just said the words weight loss and put a long pause there. Let me try that again. Weight loss. And our brain goes all over the place, especially if you're middle-aged or older like me. I don't like to say I'm middle-aged. I'm 50, which means I'm actually 25 or 30 forever, right? Until we hang out with 20-year-olds and then we realize, no, we're 50. Anyhow, I'm avoiding this subject. This is a really important topic for me. And what I want you to get out of this podcast today is really your own decision of really thinking earnestly and honestly about the topic of weight loss in your life. What does that mean for you? And is there any specific action in terms of mindset or doing something that is going to be right for you? So let me talk you through what I'm talking about this here. So here I am. I turned 50. And I kind of got to that place in my life of turning 50 when you start not really giving a crap as much about what people think about you. And it's not this evil, rooted, selfish, now I'm a bitter old lady and it's time for me to start collecting cats. I mean, it's not, actually cat ladies are really nice ladies, aren't they? Gonna bunker up in the middle of nowhere and tell everybody to stay the hell away from me. No, it's not like that at all. It's more of, I've always been thoughtful and a deep, thoughtful person. And I've always been a big empathetic people pleaser. And my friends out there, those of you who are also empathetic people pleasers, you know that when you find yourself coming to a point where you have some really strong opinions that go counter to culture, and in my case specifically counter to diet culture, but also counter to the just love your body no matter what, counter to all of it, it feels like it takes a lot of guts to come forward and say, no, this is where I'm really at in the message I want to share. So here I am in my 50s, having been raised as an 80s girl, having seen Brooke Shields. I know if you're in your 20s, you're like, who's Brooke Shields? I know, we all know. We know who Brooke Shields was. One of the first people on the planet who was photoshopped onto a magazine of a cover. So we started actually seeing, if you are not visually impaired, you started seeing a plethora of images that were not real. And so the standard of what you're supposed to look like isn't real. Then at the same time, being born and raised to really see people for who they are on the inside and see the human and the spirit on the inside. And that is what I have always done. And that's actually part of what I absolutely adore about working with blind and visually impaired, having that folded into, the really cool people we work with, is the whole what you look like on the outside literally becomes less relevant. I'm not going to say irrelevant, but it becomes less relevant because even if you're blind or visually impaired, the thought of what do I look like compared to other people around me, it is actually a very, very relevant topic. But at the same time, I was also raised believing as a woman that if I ever talked about my weight, something was wrong with me. That's like a closely guarded secret. You should never say, especially as a woman, what you weigh. That means something's wrong with you, or you're obsessed, or maybe you're at risk of an eating disorder, becoming anorexic or bulimic. And if you do that, then your teeth and your hair are going to fall out, or you're selfish, or you're vain, and you really need to be focusing on other areas if you're a good woman in the world. It's a lot of crap in my brain to work through and to get past. It's so deep and so ingrained, but I'm still sitting here today at my desk in front of my fabulous microphone, which I bought for myself for my 50th birthday. I know, look at me. For my 50th birthday, I buy myself a nice podcasting micro. Actually, it's a wicked awesome podcast microphone. Anyhow, sitting here in front of my desk in my chair, and with all this crap in my brain, knowing I don't want to contribute to a negative narrative, knowing I don't want to contribute to eating disorders, I don't want to contribute to loss of self-esteem, but also knowing that I am 30 pounds into my own journey of having gone through health issues, worked through health issues, and then been able to lose weight in a way to gain strength and get speed. And I am so freaking happy this is happening for me. I am so glad that I've been able to do this in a way that I am getting stronger and stronger. My squats are getting deeper. I'm squatting with more weight. I'm hiking longer distances than I've hiked since before I got sick. I'm not napping like I used to nap all the time. And I don't want anybody to tell me, and the scale just happens to be going down. I don't care about the number on the scale. I care about being healthy. No, I care about the number on the scale. I actually want to be skinnier. I don't want to weigh as much as I did before. I'm 30 pounds down. I got more to go. Now, with that said, I'm going to talk all around the world here a little bit today, but I know you're keeping up with me just fine. With that said, if I had to choose between weighing 100 pounds more than I do today and being strong and fast and having energy, or being teeny tiny, skinny, and looking like the cover of a model, but not having my health, of course, I absolutely would. I can say with integrity that I would choose to weigh more and have my health and my vitality. However, that's not necessarily a realistic choice. And in my case, for sure, that was not a realistic choice because I am 30 pounds down. I mean, that's the same, 30 pounds down. That's the same as a full carry-on suitcase. Now, obviously, the volume of a carry-on suitcase of 30 pounds is more than what it would be if you put it on me. But that weight, being on it and doing it in a way where I am actually getting stronger from the inside out. My skin is better. My scalp is better. My hair is actually shinier than it was. My nails are stronger. I'm like all of it, like the whole kahuna. Okay. It's a lot of stuff for me to get my head around. So when I think about how do I help others do this, I almost want to puke a little in my throat when I think about putting up before and after pictures. I actually get a little nauseous when I think about coming and saying, I've got a way to help you do this, especially if you're around your 50s or older and you're a woman, but this works for a man too, and you don't want to be hungry all the time, and you don't want to eat things that taste like bark dust and sadness. It revolts me. So, but I've really got something to share here to really help others figure this out for themselves also. So this is where I got my panties all in a bunch, and I ended up talking to several other friends who are very knowledgeable in this area, talked to individuals who've actually had bariatric surgery, more than one, and had talked to individuals who had eating disorders, and really said, like, how do I do this? How do I do this? Go into truly specifically helping individuals learn how to have a similar journey without coming across spammy and gross, without coming across predatory, but the whole issue seems really complicated at the same time. And overwhelmingly, getting up in my head, spinning this around with that devil on my shoulder saying, you should just be quiet, Lynn. You shouldn't go there. You should be afraid of what people would think. You should be afraid of being honest about your journey. Oh, I had to take that devil on my shoulder and set it aside and say, you know what? No, actually, I need to set fear aside. I need to be in integrity with myself and say, yeah, this is a space that's so wrought and has been so difficult, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So once I got to that place where I was like, you know what? I just have to tell my story and tell y'all where my mindset is. And I need to quit being intimidated by myself, or I need to quit worrying if folks are going to judge me, or I need to quit worrying if somebody's going to be intimidated by me. Oh, look at Lynn here. She's 50 and she's got it all figured out. I don't have it all figured out, you guys. I just got divorced for the second time a year ago. I've owned 5 homes in my life and now I live in an apartment. Like, I don't have my whole life figured out, y'all. But this piece has been a real piece of joy for me. And something inside my gut, my intuition, my heart is screaming at me saying, Lynn, you've got to do this, put this out there, do this, start helping people with their own weight loss journeys in a way that they can be stronger, faster, not always hungry, all that. And I went and was like, okay, I know all the information. I've been studying this forever, but I actually went and got my certification. So now I am actually weight management. I hold a weight management specialty through ACE Fitness. So I did that too, because I was like, I need the piece of paper behind me. And I needed to just make peace with all of this here. I needed to make peace with all of this that was in my head. And I needed to let go of all the labels. Is this a diet? Nah, no, I don't want to call it a diet. But then there's the no diet out there. Like, see how we get in our heads, right? So today, I have been on a several-year journey of getting more and more in integrity with myself. And when I say that, it means taking what I think in my head, taking what I feel in my heart, my gut, and taking my mouth, my words and my actions, and making sure they're all aligned. So when I come to the topic of weight loss, I take what I think in my head. Yes, I want to be skinnier, but I also want to be strong and faster and healthier, and it's complicated. Taking what I feel in my heart, I want into people around me to feel like I am full of love and compassion. I want people to feel like there is no judgment. There is no putting down. There is no better than. None of that's relevant. And taking those two pieces and putting it into words with my mouth, saying, here I come with nothing but compassion, no judgment. And I know I'm not the only one out there who wants to get these goals. And as an empathetic people pleaser, like I said earlier in this podcast, you totally understand what it is, what kind of a leap it feels like to go public with opinions that you've been afraid to express before. So, here's what I want you to do with all of this. Lyn's crazy. I know, that's old news. I started owning that quite a few years ago. No, in all seriousness, here's what I want you to do. If you're resonating with this, you'll know you've got this like, yeah, I feel you, Lyn. I hear you. I feel you. And you're finding yourself saying, yeah, I want to also lose weight, but I don't want to do potions and pills, and I don't want to do another program. I just want to figure out how to do this thing so I can gain strength, have more energy, and lose weight, and not be hangry, and don't want to be caught up into this whole diet culture thing, but also don't want to be caught up in this whole body positive at all costs thing. And I know it's complicated. Like if you're like that with me, you like things like, oh yeah, then I want you to join me over at Couch to Active. We have just started offering I'm calling it weight loss services. I'm calling it weight loss services. Although if you're here with me, I just spent 15 minutes talking about how confuddled it is in our brains. Calling it weight loss just for the sake of clarity, to make it easy. November 2nd, 2023, we have our first workshop where we'll actually go through tactically what it is, how to get on this weight loss journey in a way that you can not only succeed, but be setting yourself up for a lifetime. So the beginning of that is all on November 2nd, 2023. It's a online workshop with me live. I want you to head on over and learn about that. It's over at couchtoactive.com/weight, WEIGHT, couchtoactive.com/weight. If you can't attend, it'll be recorded. You'll be able to have access to the replay. This is where it all starts. And I want you to, if your gut right now is saying, yeah, I want to figure this out, head on over there now and we'll just do this journey together in a way that's really intentional, full of compassion, full of love, no judgment, we're just going to kind of part of the coaching is going to be putting all that aside. Yeah. And I don't want to sit here and say, I want for you what I got for me, and it's so great, and roses and rainbows and sunshine, bah. But we know there's a little truth to it too, right? Yeah. So there we go. So you want to lose weight. If this resonates with you, join me November 2nd, 2023, couchactive.com/weight. And if this is past that date, that URL, couchactive.com/weight, head there and it'll send you to whatever we got going on right now today. Oh, if I could reach through the microphone and I don't know, sing Kumbaya, give each other a hug or something. I don't know. Hang out by a campfire. That's what I really like. The campfires. Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, couchactive.com/weight, WEIGHT. I'll see you over there.